Good evening, students. Today we will discuss part 4 of chapter 1, life process, and in this part we will discuss about the importance of photosynthesis, heterotrophic nutrition and its types, and the various steps of holozoic nutrition. So first of all, let's discuss about the importance of photosynthesis. Okay, so as we know that photosynthesis is useful to us in many ways. So what are the uses of it? What are the importance of it? They are like for providing the food. So by photosynthesis, green plants synthesize their food from raw materials like CO2 and water, and so it sustains life on earth. Okay, second one importance that it provides the oxygen also, and during the process of photosynthesis oxygen is released which is required by animals, humans and microorganisms for respiration. So and you also know that oxygen is also a supporter of combustion. Okay, and third one, that is the fuels. So you know about the fossil fuels like coal, oil and natural gas. Okay, so these are the forms of stored solar energy and synthesized, which are synthesized by photosynthesis million of years ago. And now let's discuss about the heterotrophic nutrition and its types. Okay, so first of all, let's know what is heterotrophic nutrition. It is the nutrition in which all animals and non-photosynthetic plants, they are classified as heterotrophs because what are they known as? They are known as the heterotrophs. Why? Because they are unable to prepare their food. So in a heterotrophic mode of nutrition, organisms directly or indirectly dependent on the autotrophs for their food. So the organisms which show this mode of nutrition, they are known as the heterotrophs. Okay, so let's discuss about the types of heterotrophic nutrition. So mainly three types are there of heterotrophic nutrition, and they are saprotrophic nutrition, parasitic nutrition and a holozoic nutrition. So first of all, we will discuss what is a saprotrophic nutrition. So based on the sources of nutrition, as we know that heterotrophic nutrition, it is divided in these three types. So first of all, we will discuss about the saprotrophic nutrition, and in this mode of nutrition, organisms obtain nutrients from dead and decaying organic matter, and these organisms, they are called as saprophytes. Okay, or saprotrophs. And the example of saprotrophic nutrition, that is yeast. Okay, and the next one is, that is a parasitic nutrition. So in this parasitic nutrition, in this mode of nutrition, the organism, they live inside or outside the body of another organism. So it takes nutrition from the other organisms without killing it. Okay, such organisms, they are known as the parasites. So for example of the parasites, what are the examples of parasites? You have heard before about the ticks. Okay, leeches and Taenia solium is also there. It is also a kind of parasite. Ascaris. So ticks and leeches, they are known as the ectoparasites because they live outside of the body. Okay, and Taenia and Ascaris, they are known as the endoparasites because they live inside the body. Okay, and the third one is the type of nutrition, that is the holozoic nutrition. In this mode of nutrition, organisms feed on complex matter, and this matter is digested and nutrients are absorbed from that. Okay, so depending upon the sources of food, holozoic nutrition is also having types. So what are they? They are, the first one is, that is a herbivore. These are the types of holozoic nutrition. What are the types of holozoic nutrition? Number A, it is a herbivore, or you can say herbivores. Okay. Second one, that are the carnivores, and third one, they are omnivores. Okay, so what are herbivores? So herbivores are plant feeding heterotrophs. Okay, what are they? They are the plant feeding heterotrophs. Carnivores, they derive organic food from their animal food, and you can say that they are meat eaters. And omnivores, okay, they are the animals which feed upon both plants and animals. So now you will tell me on the basis of definition of herbivores, carnivores and omnivores that what are their examples. Okay, examples of these three. Okay. So the next topic that we are going to discuss, that is the various steps of holozoic nutrition. Okay. So the first step is, that is what are the various steps? They are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. So mainly 5 steps are there for the completion of holozoic nutrition. Okay. And in ingestion, what happens in ingestion? It is the process which involves intaking of food, and it depends upon the size of food and structure adapted for ingestion. Okay, and different organisms have different organs for ingestion. Like for example, humans have hands and amoeba have pseudopodia. Okay, for the intaking of food. And second one step, that is digestion, and this is the process in which the breaking down of complex food substance is there, and that complex food substance is changed into the simple soluble compound. So this is called digestion, and it is done with the help of different digestive juices. Third one, it is absorption, the process by which simple soluble compounds, they are absorbed by the cells of the body and transported to fluids like blood, is called absorption. Fourth step, that is assimilation. In this process, okay, the organism used absorbed nutrients by the body cells for producing energy and growth. This is known as assimilation. And what happens in egestion? Egestion is the process by which the undigested solid waste is removed from the body. So it is called egestion. So I hope students that you all have understood up to this part. So tomorrow we will discuss about the nutrition in higher organisms like in human beings. Thank you.